Sometimes in renovation you are given amazing challenges, but the timescales can be a little bit unrealistic. And what happened last night was an incredible thunder and lightning storm right above our house, and the temperature has dropped a good 15 degrees, and that gives us the opportunity to drop plan B, which was replace the double glazing in the attic, which I was currently doing yesterday, and plan C was to start digging a huge hole in our front garden. That was the real plan, and go back to plan A, which was lime mortaring the wall behind us. Now the problem with plan A is we're out of sand. The quarry that stocks the sand, that's never open. The place which stocks the lime, well, it's always out of stock. And this scaffolding, that's got to move a few meters that way, and it takes, well, best part of, well, over half a day to move it that way. It's a bit of a nightmare. So we are completely unprepared at the moment. We've just gone and bought ourselves 1.5 tons of extra sand. Now you might be wondering why we didn't take it closer to the wall, and there is a seriously good reason for that. The traction control was kicking in as we were trying to get it onto the weighbridge, and if we try and get it onto the garden, I think the clutch will burn out.
It's not going up.
So it's nearly 40 degrees, and I think we're going to be spending the rest of our days shoveling in burning hot heat.
Blimey. Lift.
I think the universe is telling us we really should be doing plan B. These are the windows for the attic. We've only just unloaded the sand, which was so heavy and tiring, it was unbelievable. And now here are the windows, and we've got to lift these up to the attic, which is all the way up there, and I'm so tired.
I'm ready for bed already.
Yeah, so
first off, let's take them off here, get them up the steps, and then we'll
there's no peace.
This retirement locks, it's
so tiring, this retirement lock, but there we go. Right, it's not going to do itself, is it?
It's not.
This root stump was a very large bay tree. Unfortunately, it needs to be removed so we can move the scaffolding, plus so we can repair this wall, which has eyes on destroying. Every previous attempt has failed within days, as it simply bursts instantly back to its original size. Sorry, boys.
You're like a little mountain goat, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, boy.
Oh, they're not designed for this. Oh, they're stuck.
Do you want me to help?
No. I need to be an inch taller.
And stand on here, you know. Might save your manhood. Hang on, I'm coming down a bit. Got it?
Yeah. should be wearing my lime mortaring crash helmet because Mandy's lime mortaring right above me, and I'm sitting in a fallout at the moment, so yeah, there's a bit of lime mortaring sort of splatter just above my head, and as you can see, that's all lime mortaring splatter on my arm. So yeah, at least it's not the other way around because I dropped more lime mortar than her, so I'd probably have to be wearing a lime mortaring crash helmet rather than a flat cap if it was the other way around. So yeah, oh well. Yeah, it's much better than working at a desk. Here we go. Thank you. Yeah, it's much worse. She's doing it deliberate now. It's much better than working at a desk. That's all I can say. Some of the places I worked at were terrible. They had a clear desk policy. You weren't even allowed to leave your car keys on your desk. Yeah. Oh, no cups of coffee, no car keys. Oh, horrible places to work. This is lovely. Although 3 days ago I left a crowbar on the side. You can't see now because my hands are covered in lime mortar, but I left a crowbar on the side and I picked it up and I gave myself 3 burns across the fingers picking it up. So yeah, not funny, but there's quite a cool breeze today, and we've been downgraded, which is really good news, from red warning for lightning to yellow. So yeah, that was good news today. So yeah, really good news. So might be able to get some work done without having to do the old Superman leap from the scaffolding. So yeah, in the event of emergency. So, yeah. This doesn't have to be that neat because we're going to tap it down and get it further into all the deep crevices and get it a bit neater and smoother later. This is none of the stones here have been dressed. They're all quite sharp and jagged. They've just been picked up off the land, so this is quite a farmhouse finish rather than like a chateau finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap it down and neaten it up a little bit later. Where Mandy is up at the top is where we've seen things in France called frelons. They're very large hornets, and this year we haven't seen them, so that's good. But these frelons have occupied a mole hole in the garden, and yeah, that's not so good at all, especially if you're digging your veggies or mowing the lawn. They don't like that at all, so she's got to be a little bit careful just in case they try and revisit one of their previous haunts, because we don't want that. So yeah, she's being big and brave at the moment because the scaffolding's a little bit wobbly up at the top. We've done our best to secure it, but yeah, so far so good. Look, I failed to get all the bay tree stump out, and these sprouts here are only about 4 days growth and something's already had a nibble on them. If you're worried about the bay tree, I did take root cuttings and it's already started to shoot, so yeah, it will live on. We've got a lot of ladders around here and we've got a lot of scaffolding around here. Now this mini scaffolding is to secure the narrow scaffolding there. Now that ladder used to go diagonally that way onto the narrow scaffolding. Now it can't go that way anymore because that scaffolding is in the way, and what Mandy is now asking me to do is remove this diagonal brace from this scaffolding so we can put the scaffolding, well, a ladder up to the narrow scaffolding this way. Now I'm not entirely happy about that because, well, it makes this a little bit weaker. The only thing is we're not using air tools up this scaffolding anymore. We're not using hammer and chisel and things like that, so in theory it might be okay, but yeah, I'm not entirely happy, but we'll have to see what it's like when we're up there, and there's no way to see what it's going to be like until we're actually working up there. You can see the problem really, can't you?
So let me tighten up some of these straps first. Oh, that's very loose. Very loose. Was that me? That's better already. Where am I going? Up yonder. It's not doing much, is it? You put this one in the middle. Better?
Oh dear.
What?
Just laughing.
Why for you laughing at me?
The bottom ones are loose now.
Well, I know, but needed to do the top ones first, really.
Yeah.
The bottom ones are fine, they're just to stop it tipping. It's the top ones. Just going to be against the wall soon, aren't I, if I just keep tightening these up. Right. Let's put it this way, it's not going to fall over now, is it?
Don't want it to fall off.
Pardon?
Don't fall off.
I have no intention of falling off, thank you.
Oh, don't do that. We are putting a ladder against this, you know that.
Well, do you want me to come down and put a ladder up?
Yes, I want you to come down so we can put a ladder against it.
Okay. This is one big ladder, you know that, don't you?
It's not a climbing frame.
Climbing frame for grown-ups. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Bounce.
Oh look! Ce n'est pas bon.
Right, well, that's not going to work then, is it?
No. Oh dear.
Well, I'd rather it do it now than when I'm up there.
Yeah. Oopsie, as they say.
Right. So,
Oh my heavens, look! It's pulled the scaffolding apart. Really not good.
Bash the bottom one from the other side. That's it. And it's coming back.
Well, that was really, really dangerous and scary. Oh my heavens.
Right, so that's back to how we were.
We've just put the ladder up the side. Mandy's going to give it a try up the side. Hopefully this doesn't fall apart in the middle or tip over. Oh dear.
What could possibly go
My
wrong?
nerves are on edge.
Yours are, you should be up here, love.
I know, I hate heights. I'm looking for any sign of movement. Because that ladder is only just perched on that scaffolding, and if it moves a little bit, that ladder's going to jump. Sorry, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Shall I?
Don't wobble it.
See, it should be better going that way because it's longer,
Yeah.
in theory. It's not going anywhere now without me. How to get in scaffolding. Ta-da!
Wow. Oh, she's up there.
And yes, I can on tiptoes. Perfect. Yeah, I reckon we could put something across here.
No, we can't have a tightrope between the two scaffolding.
I could jump across.
No, you can't.
Brilliant. Okay.
This is basically day 5 of our 5-day window, and the big question is, do we basically quit while we're ahead and still alive? And now there are several questions really that we're currently facing in this fast, wild and untamed world of lime mortaring, and they are, do we do the lime mortaring up there by the tiles and the sort of soffit board line up there, or would you continue down the line which is in line with the bread oven and create a nice sort of neat sort of edge, which, you know, these things bother me basically, because, you know, my mind is nice, neat and ordered sometimes. Now there are other things that also bother me, and that is, if I grab our thermometer, you're probably not going to be able to see this, that whilst we were having our rather scary, well, terrifying moment this morning, the temperature has crept up on us to 32 degrees centigrade, which I think is, well, about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, that is a little bit too hot to continue with lime mortaring. Well, it is really, because what happens is you've got to wet down the lime mortar to make it dry properly, otherwise these cracks appear and all the salts from the lime sort of appear in the surface. So yeah, we're going to have problems. So do we continue with this, or do we go back to plan B, which was the attic windows? So do we quit whilst we're ahead and alive, or, you know, do we do this? Sometimes it's important to know when to stop, I think. 3 weeks before we'd even received the keys for this very house, we asked the seller if we could gain access to do some emergency repairs, and this was one of them. And as you can see, we didn't have much time, so they haven't lasted 4 years. We're now going to replace this window. Two and a half hours later, we have a couple of double glazed windows. That's plan B complete, and wow, is it hot up here. We didn't do all of plan A, no, but we did do plan B. Yeah. And we have actually started putting plan C in the pipeline, so that's really good. Yeah. And we don't actually need a full 5 days now to do plan A again. If, you know, the weather's right, we can just do it if there's a morning or an afternoon. Yeah, little by little. Little by little. So we might have to improve our scaffolding skills just a little bit. It can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. We are amateurs at this, let's face it. And it shows. It does show a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, there might be a few bad comments this week about our scaffolding skills. Sorry, folks. But yeah. So of the 5 days, the first 2 days were, you know, organising, and the 5th day Well, that was we weren't concentrating, were we?
I think it was too hot for line mortaring that day anyway.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Well, it was too hot for doing scaffolding as well, really. Dear, that was a disaster.
Dear God.
Dear, we're going to get some stick for that. But yeah, so as usual, folks, give us a bit of the old like, subscribe, leave a comment or two, and if you can find that hype button. I know it is hard to find sometimes, but yeah, give us a bit of that as well, and we'll see you next time.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.